All right, let's head straight to the Nigerian stock market, where the all-share index grew 318.98 points, representing an increase of 0.62% to close at 52,048.85 points, while the overall market capitalization closed at 28.35 trillion naira against 28.18 trillion naira recorded on Wednesday. The sustained positive trend was induced by gains recorded in medium and large capitalized stocks, amongst which are MTN Nigeria, Dangote Sugar Refinery, Adova PLC, Lafarge Africa, and Zenith Bank. And also the investor sentiment, as measured by market breadth, improved as 35 stocks advanced while 9 declined. However, the total volume of trades decreased by 24.9% to 211.74 million units, valued at 7.73 billion naira, and exchanged in 3,462 deals. Transactions in the shares of Axel Mansard Insurance topped the activity chart with 26.25 million shares, valued at 52.51 million naira. Guarantee Trust Holding Company followed with 19.8 million shares worth 476.8 million naira, while Champs traded 17.9 million shares, valued at 4.47 million naira. Royal Exchange traded 14.2 million shares, valued at 13.37 million naira, while FBN Holdings transacted 11.82 million shares, worth 131.36 million naira. Well, for further analysis on this, Ambrose Amodion, Chief Research Officer at Invest Data Consultant Limited, joins us live in the studio. Good morning, Ambrose.
Good morning.
Always good to have you on the show.
Thanks for having me.
Well, let's begin by looking at the gains recorded in the market yesterday. We see that some stocks like that of MTN, Dangote Sugar Refinery, Adova boosted the capitalization.
Yeah, actually, I would say that the market has sustained the gaining momentum so far. Despite the previous days, we saw some slight profit taking in between. But yesterday was a breakout of almost 2 strong support level yesterday. But the highest stronghold has the market to have broke out. It just tested it around 52,498 and pulled back. But looking at that sign, like we chart is, saying that when a market or an index or a price test a higher resistance level and start pulling back, tells you that yes, but at that particular time, sellers are in charge. That's why yesterday, if you look at the market sentiment, we saw about 46 buy position and 54 sell position. Tells that yesterday, that's why the market had a margin or a sharper, market breadth of 35 stocks gaining and 8 losing.
9 losers.
And then it tells you that still there are some people that took profit in the market yesterday, that the activities, because of, as you mentioned, high capital like MTN, gain yesterday, those, if not, if you look at the market sentiment, how about 46 buy position and 54 sell position, that is that, yes, it's a mixed market and also like a flat market for me, but since it tested this position of 52,498 and start pulling back yesterday, we need to confirm today if sellers will also dominate the market. That's why. But the good thing is that looking at the market opening this morning, the market is staying green. Wasn't seeing gainers going. That means this trend will continue. And don't forget that the last Treasury bill option that was done on Wednesday this week, we saw that all the tenors, 91 days, 182, and the 360 also was in a decline. That is that for consistent option now, we have seen that interest is declining. It is that people are seeing opportunity in equity market, because if interest is declining, this is an instrument, and we're expecting inflation to remain in up direction, because I tell you, the last month we're expecting for December is the peak of the first period. Prices out, and also don't forget that this is the period also we're having a first scarcity. That means anybody has forecasted that we're going to see either a flat, December, figure for inflation flat. We want to see it moving even higher, because that period people are queuing up to buy food up around there, 240, 250. That will reflect on the prices of goods in the market. That means as inflation is going up and we are seeing those fixed income instruments, yield or rate coming down, the equity market become attractive, because as to speak now, most of the stock on the exchange has about 2-digit yield. For me, that is the attraction in the market. Now we can see that funds are entering the market for now. We are seeing opportunity in the market, and also for you to realize this 2-digit return. You have less than 4 months to stay in the market, and that is the beauty of equity space. Now, for me, this trend will continue, but don't forget that once we are closer to the
gaining trend,
will continue. The positive trend will continue. Once we go closer to the election period, you must see profit-taking activities. For me, I'm not surprised, because after that period, also you see more earnings that will come out from March. But the good thing is that we're all praying and also looking for that we'll have the election successfully, and after that will also boost the market. If it goes smoothly, there's no rancory and there's no fight here, and that will be a good one. And that's our expectation. Also praying that government and the security people also sit up and plan this very well. Once they go, Nigeria economy will also have a what we call a reset. That reset also support most of the sectors, because there will be going to be policy shift from the new administration, because reform is part of what we use to change the economy. That reform is coming. Some sectors and industry will benefit from that reform. For me, market has come to stay, but you as an investor or trader, don't be carried away with the upside market. You know what to cash out your profit, so that the market will not take you up at the same time bring you down.
Indeed. Well, let's look at the gainers. Ella Lakes went up 10% to close at 3.96 naira, and that was followed by Lasako, which went up also by 10% to close at 1.10 naira. How do you explain the sentiment?
For me, I would say that it's just market forces for those two stocks. But we're not seeing fundamental from Ella League that say that have supported the attraction. But market forces can be that either there's one news, yes, either they want to do one or two things that, but until you start seeing the fundamental, that's for those that are in long-term investors. But we technicians, once you see sentiment turning positive, we take advantage. That's why I say it's just market forces, not that there's a fundamental behind it.
How about international breweries going up 8.6% to close at 5 naira 5 kobo, and then Dangote Sugar 7.19% to close at 17 naira 15 kobo. Suno Assurance also went up 6.9% to close at 31 kobo.
For the two consumer goods company, for Nigerian International Brewery and Dangote Sugar, I would say that looking at the peak of the season, this high demand for this product, and investors knowing that the last quarter of the year has also impacting the company financial year, and already we're expecting this company financial year for December ended 31st. As an investor, knowing that at that period there's high demand for this product or this of these companies, we expect to see that it will reflect on their earnings. If that happens, we expect better numbers. People already positioned ahead of the company number. But for those that are in the market, don't forget that for an international brewery, their earnings is just coming out from a negative position. But for that of Dangote Sugar, we're sure that yes, numbers are looking good. If you're positioned for that one, for me it's okay, but we have to also trade with caution when we are looking at those companies that are still coming out from their red position or they are reducing their lost position. These are the things you also consider when you are investing.
Let's also talk about the losers of the day. Talking about Chelaram going down 9.76% to close at 1 naira 48 kobo, and then FTN Cocoa also went down 3.57% to close at 27 kobo.
If you look at the gainers as mentioned, both the gainers and these are the local stocks, and for me, investors are floating all this. I call it sell-off to enter this company that has substance to pay them dividend at the end of the year. Chelaram for me is not has been so performing impressive in the market. The price has just been there for a while, but people can also sell all that position. You see opportunity in the market, instead of you holding onto this kind of stuff, you sell off to move on and see where you can take dividend. So also for the next one.
So that's a result of
sell-off. Market taking a profit taking or sell off to enter that stock. It's not because of that.
How do you explain that of NACO and Royal Express? NACO went down 3.5% to close at 6 naira 80 kobo, and then Royal Express went down 2% to close at 98 kobo.
For Royal Express, for me, that one is profit taking. For NACO to profit taking. What NACO is that this is stock that despite the aviation, fuel business class and also kind of, I tell you, the logistics sector of that industry has a way of making their money, and we have seen that the performance for NACO has been so impressive, and the investor calculating that this company is likely to pay good dividend, and also they will do, because if you look at the number and the momentum behind the price movement, what we're just seeing in the NACO is just purely profit taking. Nothing has changed. The fundamental remain good, and we're also seeing a positive momentum at the end of the day, because you want to look at where is the stock and where it's going.
But it's going. The shares are going down.
No, it's just you said 3.17%. This is profit taking is not much.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
And
people have entered the stock at 5 naira, seen at 7 naira 40 kobo. Nothing stop. That's about 50% gain. Nothing stop for selling. And those that are buying, know that the stock can go higher. Bid where it touched before coming down. That's how to invest, because you enter early, you sell. The others are buying when you are selling. For me, it is knowing the momentum behind the stock, how far it's going to go, that matters. That's why a good investor should know how to compare fundamental and technicals. The company fundamentals remain intact, why the technical also remain intact. That means a good thing for the company. What can I say? Just
let's get to the chart. Let's see what's happening.
Okay, if there's still time. For the chart, I told you earlier, the resistance level is very, very clear at this point. But if you look at other indicators, supposing that the market is still very strong, money flow is reading about, for me, it's a 3.57 for money flow. That is very good. And the MACD is still positive. We can see that it's turning up again after showing a kind of going to the bearish session of the MACD, but now it's still making up trend. But the most important thing is that where is the market heading, which is the resistance level I've just showed earlier. This point and this point, it tested it and coming back. Until market break it out today or next week, honestly, a new trend is going up. But I believe that market breaking out 52,000 mark. Let's say that 54 is around the corner. That means market is likely to surpass what it touched around the May last year. And if that happens, because I expect that the life of Ether and the Dangote cement, MTN and the Boa cement, Nestle, these are the high cap stock. Once they move, they're hitting the 54,000 mark, it becomes easy for the market. And once they cross it, another trend has started for the market. That means investors in the market should just, be happy.
That's under Eureka for the market.
That means they'll be happy. But like I always say, anywhere I am, that most investors in Nigeria are just good in celebrating their profit in the paper. They don't know how to take it. And when the market go against them, they start complaining. As an investor, don't be emotional when taking profit, because that's why in the market, most of them, because they are making 20%, they want to make 40%, they still be holding to that money on that paper profit. Before you know it, start commenting that they want to rush. I don't really want to rush the stock for further. That means why, as a good investor, as market is going up, you sell into up market and buy into what a down market. It's a simple strategy.
But isn't it also dicey? Looking at how volatile the market is.
That's why you should have what your investment objective. Anybody that's trading in the market without objective will always be tossed up and down by the market. Before you enter, have your stop loss, have your entry strategy, exit strategy, your profit target. Once you hit it, you go. Whether Mr. A is making more than you, it doesn't concern, because at the beginning you have set a target for yourself.
I like the sound of that. But let's talk about what to expect today as we close.
No, I told you that market has opened on a green note this morning. For me, that trend will be sustained today.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much for your time on the show. Ambrose Amadian, Chief Research Officer, Invest Data Consultant Limited. Always good to have you on the show.
Thanks for having me.
And have a wonderful weekend.
You too.
We'll take a break. We'll go back to discuss President Muhammadu's promise to tackle insecurity, boost the economy, and of course fight corruption towards May 29, 2023 handover. We will be back to discuss details of that. Please stay with us.